Welcome back to Perks Recap. We're hitting the Grateful Dead today, and this one is called Eyes of the World. Okay, right off the bat, I want to thank Larry Gindoff, or Larry Gindoff. I think it's Gindoff, but I'm not sure exactly. He donated to the channel and suggested this song. Obviously, I don't know it. I just want to say, to Larry, that was very, very appreciated. And yeah, if you want to be like Larry and donate to the channel, links are going to be right there. As for the song itself, I don't know it. He said this song is a little bit like jazzier than maybe what I'm used to from the Grateful Dead. So maybe a little bit of a different sound. But whatever it is, I've been really enjoying the Grateful Dead every time I do a song, which is pretty often actually. I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. So hopefully this one is another one just like that, another one that I end up downloading. It is a 13-minute video, so that, a little bit on the longer side, but again, no big deal for us on this channel. We've definitely done a lot longer than that. So, let's get into this. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's see what we got. Oh. Very distinctive Grateful Dead sound.
Right outside this lazy summer moon, ain't got time to call your soul a critic. Right outside the lazy gate of winter summer home. Just carry the breath away.
Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. The heart has its features, its homeland and thoughts of its own. Wake now, discover
so far so good. I'm liking it. A little bit different, definitely. And the backup singer there, I seem to remember there was a girl that was part of the band or as a backup singer here, and I don't remember her name. I will look it up and I'll try to get it before I do the close. But yeah, so far so good. It isn't much different than what I've heard from Grateful Dead up until this point. But it has that feel, and that's actually a good thing, because I thoroughly enjoy that. Hopefully you do too. Let's get back to it.
Heart has its seasons, its evenings, and songs of its own.
get away but our own. Sometimes we visit your country and live in your home. Sometimes we ride on your horses. Sometimes we walk alone. Sometimes the songs that we hear are just songs of our own.
Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world.
I gotta say, that chorus, "Wake up to find out that you're the eyes of the world," that's a really catchy chorus. And usually, I will say, Grateful Dead songs aren't what I would describe as like catchy. It's more of a vibe and a mood. And but this song, yeah, it's catchy. That chorus is definitely catchy. And I really like this quite a bit. And Jerry's voice is really, really good. He fits their style in this song perfectly. I'm going to go back 10 seconds, make sure we don't miss anything. There we go.
Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. The heart has its features, its homeland and thoughts of its own. Wake up, discover that you are the song that the morning brings. The heart has its seasons, its evenings and songs of its own.
Just jamming. Bass. Okay, one of the things I always say about the Grateful Dead is sometimes Jerry Garcia is laying these unbelievable solos down, and you kind of don't realize it because it's kind of in the background, or they don't stop playing everything else. They don't really like lay out for it and let it really be focused on. And by the way, Jerry did have a little bit, one of those, actually before I paused it even last time, where he had a little bit of a moment to go off a little on the guitar, and it was really, really well done, obviously. But here, it's kind of like a bass solo, and they did kind of lay out for it. They were jamming for a bit, and then went into this like bass. That's the best way I could describe it, a bass solo. And they, like I said, they laid out for it a little bit, which is a little different from what I'm used to with them in terms of solos in general. I think maybe Jerry's about to take over with some guitar work. I think I caught that right before I paused it, so we'll see what we got. Again, I'm going to go back 10 seconds, and here we go. last time I paused, and I'll go back 10 seconds again, it was tough to find a spot to pause there because we had you know, a little bit of a guitar solo, but the bass never stopped. The bass was still kind of having, you know, going off as well, and they're just jamming. That's, you know, they're doing what they do. The people dancing in the crowd, really into it. Probably in more ways than one, but that's okay. But yeah, you know what? It's kind of a shame that I never got into them. Like, I'm just getting into them now. I'm in my 40s, well into my 40s, and you know, when I was in my 20s, I don't know what I was thinking. There was a lot of bands I just dismissed, and this is one of them. Rush was another one. I never got into Rush at all. There's quite a few, actually, which is, you know, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this channel from the start was I want to go back and do the music that I know, you know, now know that was really, really good that I just missed out on. And when the channel first started, I never listened to much Alice in Chains. And I did a bunch of Alice in Chains when I first started this channel. And I got to say, that's even more puzzling because I'm a big fan of the grunge era. The grunge era is probably my favorite era in all of music. But, you know, it's because I was, you know, 15 when it hit. So it's like I was at the prime age right when it hit. But the thing about the grunge era is it's not happy music at all. It's definitely not happy music. But this Grateful Dead is happy music, and I never gave it a chance, never got into it. It's just a shame. Like I said, could have been listening to this kind of stuff for like 25, 30 years by now, and I completely missed out on it, but at least I'm getting to it now, right? All right, sorry, that was a long-winded answer there. I'm going to go back 10 seconds, and here we go. abruptly. Okay, there you have it. Eyes of the World by the Grateful Dead. I gotta say, I really like that. That was catchier than most Grateful Dead songs. Really like the chorus. But then once the instrumental took over for most of the song, actually, the chorus wasn't in there for the lyrics weren't in there for too long. But yeah, the rest of the way, we had the great bass solo, we had a great guitar solo, and then they just kind of jammed for a while. But even while they were jamming, especially towards the end there, Jerry was laying in some great work, some stellar guitar playing. And it was a typical Grateful Dead thing, though, where it's kind of like in the background, or at the very least, they didn't lay out for it. And he there was a couple moments where you saw me, I was like, whoa! I mean, where he really went off and was just so good. This I believe is from 1974, if I read that right, if I'm remembering correctly. And I believe the backup singer was Donna Jean Gacho. Let me know if I'm wrong or about that. I looked up backup singers. I saw her in. I saw the pictures of her from this time. Looked pretty much like her, so I'm assuming that's her. I could be wrong. Like I said, let me know if I am. But other than that, yeah, we got another Grateful Dead request coming from a donation from Jonah Marshall. That'll be next. So we're going through these donation requests as quick as I can get to them. As I've always said, if you do donate, it's the best way to make sure I will guarantee to get to your video. There's no doubt about it. Whatever you request, I will try to get to it as quick as I possibly can, but it's a guarantee that I will get to it for sure. I mean, I've got lists and lists I can show you of songs that people have suggested, before I was doing the donations and stuff, where realistically, there's just, sometimes I'm just not going to be able to get to them because there's literally just too many of them. But, I get to as many as I can, get to the most I can, and then the donations, I get to those, as quick as I can because, I understand if you're donating your hard-earned money to me, I got to do my part and give you what you want. Anyway, that was another long-winded answer. Sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. Until next time, I will see you later.